So this is a part of the Head Genius series of trainings. So this time around, we are doing pricing of swaps. Swaps are one of the primary tools to manage various risks for a company, for a corporate. Most of the times, swaps are deemed to be at least they're looked at as being very complicated instruments. The pricing is tricky. So the idea, therefore, of this series of sessions will be to give you a flavor of how to go about pricing swaps. Depending on the depth we are going to get into, could be get technical. But that said, I'll try to make it as intuitive as possible and try to restrict to non-technical aspects as much as possible. But wherever required, we will get into rather more technical aspects. Sometimes there could be some small mathematics coming into picture also. So bear with me there. Let's start with the topic, pricing of swaps, right? This is the first session on this topic. Now, before we start this particular session's agenda, broadly, pricing of swaps actually is a topic of such a breadth that I could easily spend a day on this, just talking about various methodologies and how to what integrities and nuances of swap pricing. Therefore, decided was that we will break it up into a few parts. The first part will be more of introductory nature, where we will introduce the swap instruments. I'm sure some of what swaps are and so on. Some of you might not. So we would look at swaps as instruments. What are they? What are the various types? And then go into the aspect of understanding the swap rates. So basic market. So what is the market all about? When somebody says swap curve, what is it? When somebody says IRS curve, what is this? And so on. This session will restrict to understanding various instruments, various types of instruments, and the various interest rate swap curves available in the market. Then we'll also, you probably in India, there is something called long-term foreign exchange, LTFX, or a forward contract for greater than 1 year tenor. Right. So we would try to see what is it and how is it related to swap rates and so on. Okay. So this is the agenda for today. We'll focus a lot on understanding the market today, instruments, curves, right? The actual pricing will start in the next session, because the fundamental understanding of this part is very critical to understanding how interest rate swaps function in pricing, what are the various swap curves and so on. In the course of this session, I would prefer to do it as a whiteboard writing kind of a session rather than any PPT or so. So I would do that now. But that said, I will just keep some reference rates open before we start, so that when I refer to the rates, so we can simply look at these slides.